Afternoon in 2021, millions of people picked up their phones and noticed something strange. Facebook was gone. Instagram refused to refresh. WhatsApp messages suddenly stopped sending, and Messenger suddenly looked very dead. At first, they thought maybe my network is bad. So they restarted their phones, they turned airplane mode on and off, they switched from Wi Fi to mobile data, but that didn't work. And then suddenly the realization started creeping in. It wasn't happening to just one person. Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Messenger had all gone down at the same time. Now imagine you work at Facebook. You try to email your colleagues to tell them the situation of things, and your email doesn't work. You try to pull up internal tools to diagnose the problem, but those are down too. And then you go to Twitter and then you find out that you're not alone. The world's most important social media platform had locked itself out of its own house completely. This is the story of October 4th, 2021, the day a company worth nearly $1 trillion was locked out of its own house. This is the story of Facebook's outage. Now, before we get into what really happened, let me give you a scale of what we're actually talking about. In 2021, Facebook was not just a website where people post pictures and conspiracy theories. Facebook, the company, owned Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Messenger. And the four apps combined together had 3.5 billion users. You can imagine that. People talk to their families every day. People run businesses there. People literally made money every single day from these platforms. So when the whole thing went down, people treated it like a genuine crisis. But what actually happened? Because for the first few hours, nobody knew. Not tech experts, not private individuals, not even Facebook's own engineers. And then the internet went crazy with theories. Did someone hack them? Was it a cyber attack? Even people made jokes that Mark Zuckerberg must have probably forgot to pay the internet bill. And some people also consider the fact that a rogue employee must have brought down the whole thing from the inside. But that's not what happened. Now, let me tell you what happened, and I'm going to explain it in simple English because the technical version might not really make sense. Now, think of the internet as a giant city and every website as a building. Now, for people to find these buildings, there is a system that needs to give them the address, which is called the domain name system in the internet. Follow me carefully now, because Facebook also had what was called a backbone network. Now, this backbone network is like a highway system that connected all of Facebook's data servers all around the world. We are talking of massive buildings with full servers across all continents that were constantly talking to each other. So on the morning of October 4th, a Facebook engineer ran a routine maintenance command on the backbone network, something they usually do all the time. But this time, the command had a bug in it, and the bug accidentally disconnected all of Facebook's data servers across the world, all at once. And now Facebook had a program where if it's not able to reach its data servers across the world, it shuts down itself automatically, which sounds pretty smart, right? But now the problem is Facebook lost the data servers as well as the DNS directory, and it looked like Facebook was wiped out of the map entirely. And then someone on Facebook had the idea apparently to post the outage. And where do you think it was posted? It was posted on Twitter. Twitter, of course, had a field day. Private individuals, companies, governments, celebrities, everybody was roasting Facebook. There were memes everywhere, people saying Mark Zuckerberg forgot to pay the internet bill. But underneath all these jokes, panic was growing. And while the internet was having the time of its life, Facebook was not. Eventually, Facebook engineers were able to break into the data centers and started manually resetting the servers one by one. And that took nearly 7 hours. 7 hours of the most powerful social media platform being completely offline. 7 hours of millions of business owners not able to run their ads on Facebook. 7 hours of people in developing countries cut off from the only means of communication with their family. Mark Zuckerberg's personal wealth dropped $6 billion in a single day, and Facebook lost an estimated amount of $60 million in ad revenue for just those 7 hours. And in this story, people began to realize how connected or how dependent modern life was on a few platforms, because we realized that social media not just connected only our daily lives and not just entertainment, communication, relationships, businesses, work, news, literally everything. This tells us how the internet, even with its power and reach, can be frighteningly fragile and maybe just maybe how much power we've handed to a small number of private companies. Because when Facebook went down, millions of people felt the impact of a decision made by one single engineer in California on a Monday morning. So that's not a technology story, that's a power story. That's it, guys. Don't forget to follow this channel for more simple word stories that is being broken down without confusion. I'm Miriama. Bye.